Episode 283. Today we're talking about Zayne Parekh's NHL debut against LA yesterday, and we saw four guys make their NHL debuts for Calgary, one of which being Sam Morton. We saw Zayne Parekh, we saw Hunter Brzeskevich, and we saw Idar Suniev as well. So four guys who played really effective in the game too, but most noticeable of them all was Zayne Parekh and just the way he was playing offensively, the offensive creativity, the ability to use deception on the blue line, the ability to hide intentions with his feet and with the puck, and he was just doing a great job all throughout the game of being engaged offensively and also defensively and also in transition. I think there was a lot of I was to say the least, I was pleasantly surprised with how he played. I wasn't surprised coming into it. I knew how talented he was and how highly touted he was as a prospect. But I just think the way he played yesterday, I was pleasantly surprised to say the least that he made such a quick transition. And he was playing against a really good team in LA. And obviously, this game was a little bit more important to LA than it was Calgary. But I think just the way Parekh was playing, and he was paired with Kevin Ball. I think on that pairing, I would have liked to see him because they played Mackenzie Weegar on the left side. I think him and Mackenzie Weegar could have been really interesting to watch together. I think with Zayne Parekh, what really stood out too defensively was how he was angling, how he was surfing, how he was using and really leveraging the defensive blue line and keeping guys outside the dots there. And then in zone defensively with his stick usage and how he's using his stick to be able to defend and box out guys one on one and just being able to collapse on guys on one situations too. I think with Parekh, he's very active with his stick detail defensively, and that allows him to be able to control and manage the game and manage the tempo of the game very effectively. And then you look at his transition play. I think he was effective. He was good, but not necessarily super standout type. I think the one thing that Parekh is still going to have to deal with is in Saginaw, he could, on puck retrieval situations in the G zone, he could really shake guys loose and evade that first guy pretty easily. All it would take was a little weight shift or some deception within his shoulders or something like that, and he could just escape the pressure and then basically be a one-man breakout. I think in the NHL, this was probably his most glaring weakness I saw in his game yesterday, where in puck retrieval situations, he would kind of misjudge the timing of the retrieval, and forecheckers would close quicker than he would anticipate. So F1 was closing in on him before he could actually anticipate. I think that's the only thing he'll have to adapt to in terms of hockey sense and timing and rhythm in that sense. But outside of that, he was just really exciting to watch. And in the ozone, you really notice the activation habits too. And that's another standout quality of his is how he's able to activate inside the dots and how he's able to activate off the offensive blue line. He brings an element of creativity and deception and flair that the Calgary blue line doesn't have offensively. And I think he's going to bring an element next season. And I would not be surprised if he makes the team out of camp next season. I think he's going to bring a lot of elements that are going to allow him to translate as a top four defenseman pretty quickly to the league. And if he continues to play the way he did yesterday, heading into next season for Calgary, it's going to be really interesting to watch to see how the blue line situation pans out for them. So he was just really exciting. And offensively, he scored his first NHL goal too. He had a really nice activation habit where he activated inside the dots. Mikael Backlund fired a pass over to him, and then he was able to redirect it from the slot into the back of the net for his first, and just played a really sound game and was really reliable all around for Calgary throughout this game as well.